the country is facing a dangerous weight problem. Consider this: in the late 1970s, 15% of American adults were obese. By the early 90s, that number had jumped to 23%, and most recently, 35%.
Two-thirds, 190 million Americans, are overweight or obese.
If you had to grade the United States when it comes to obesity,
well, I'd give us an F.
Obesity-related diseases are a nearly $150 billion medical burden every year.
So right after you eat these meals, you have energy. But the energy lasts a very short period of time, and you're hungry much sooner. And then you have to eat again, and then you have to eat again, and then you have to eat again.
It is a lot cheaper to go eat fast food. I mean, definitely, you can buy a hamburger for cheaper than you can buy an apple.
There are 160,000 fast food restaurants in America which serve over 50 million people daily and earn over $110 billion a year. 44% of Americans eat fast food once a week, 20% twice a week, 14% 3 or more times, and 6% 7 or more times a week. The customers who visit McDonald's at least 10 times a month make up 75% of McDonald's sales. 60% of all the store's transactions are via drive-thru. 78% of all food ads show unhealthy food. McDonald's spends $1 billion a year on advertising. 93% of children recognize the McDonald's brand.
Childhood obesity has tripled in the last 30 years. This could be the first generation since the Civil War to have a shorter life expectancy.
Three out of every 4 children are either overweight or obese.
That means about 70 of these children are on a high-risk trajectory for coronary artery disease by their 30s and 40s. Dr. Joshua Samuels treats kids with the blood pressure levels of an unhealthy adult.
Why do you like to eat fast food?
Because it's good. Because I like French fries.
Because they cook it fast and I like it.
Because it's real good and I cannot enjoy it.
You said you didn't like to eat fast food? Why don't you like to eat fast food?
Because if it's too fast, it might be something inside the food.
Why you like to eat fast food?
Because it's good. Because it's tasty.
You don't like to eat fast food. Why not?
Make my stomach hurt.
Back at his clinic, 11-year-old Wesley Randall has dangerously high blood pressure and is 60 pounds overweight.
I just eat to solve my problems for some reason.
A few years down the road, these are the people who are going to be flooding into our hospitals and emergency rooms.
The consumer is bombarded by the food industry, which spent $30 billion on advertising last year.
2 out of every 3 Americans are overweight. And that number is expected to rise to 3 out of 4 by 2020. 1 in 3 Americans is expected to have diabetes by 2050. Minorities have been even more profoundly affected. Blacks have a 50% higher prevalence of obesity, and Hispanics 25% higher when compared with whites. While 1 in 8 Americans rely on food stamps, the stocks of Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and McDonald's are at all-time highs.
Isn't it our own responsibility to moderate our behavior?
The personal responsibility approach is a fine place to start, but we've been doing that for 40 years now, and we're losing the battle with obesity. That's been an experiment that has failed.